One of my key observations from a tax perspective is that there weren't many tax policies introduced that we weren't already aware of. So there's been lots and lots of consultations over the last 6 to 12 months, and there's a commitment to see those through by the government, despite lobbying in certain areas. There is a clear continued commitment to reducing the corporate tax rate to 17% by 2020, which will make the UK the most competitive, having the most competitive tax rate in the G20. But there's a lot more around increasing productivity in this year's autumn statement. So a £23 billion investment fund over the next 5 years, which I think everyone will agree is a very welcome measure. In terms of winners and losers, I guess, in terms of who's going to be most impacted, it was very clear that big business is going to be impacted. So there's going to be introductions from April 2017 next year to reduce interest deductions for corporates, and also the use of tax losses. And some targeted anti-avoidance schemes, and we think that this could add for some large corporates an increase to their tax base of about 5%. For me, a bit of a surprise was the introduction around the increase from 10% to 12% for insurance premium tax. And we think initially that this could, for households with 2 cars, 1 home, this could add just over £20 a year to insurance costs. Now, there was the freezing of the fuel levy, which will help offset that, but nevertheless, that was a surprise. The other observation I had was that the government are seeing through all of the consultations around salary sacrifice arrangements that they've been discussing over the last 6 months or so. So this is arrangements whereby individuals can take a different form of payment in terms of their remuneration, and they save national insurance savings. This is going to be heavily restricted from June 2017. And the final observation for me was that this was the last autumn statement.